side, and but see, you thinking that, oh, the Most High long suffering. That's why a lot of people have not been judged. Oh boy, you get on this wrong side, you make them jealous. Ezekiel 22 and 20, you know what's coming. Ezekiel 22 and 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin, all these metals, into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger, because he's jealous. Y'all following these religions, letting them tell you, let some man tell you or some woman tell you that you ain't got to follow the Most High's commandments. He took all this time to give us 613 laws, and you telling people that they ain't got to follow them. Are you serious? And all you that doing that, you're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. You're going to be the least of the kingdom of heaven. Mashiach Shai told you that in Matthew 5th chapter, the 19th verse. He told you that. Listen, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow up the fire upon it, that makes it hot, real hot. When you blow that, they blow it on that fire, it gets it real hot. To melt it, melt all these metals, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, the lake of fire, y'all. And ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Most High, have poured out my fury upon you. Man. So I'm here to warn you. Fear the Most High. Don't listen to nobody tell you ain't got to fear the Most High. Fear the Most High. Look. Jeremiah 4 and 4. Circumcise yourselves to the Most High, and take away the foreskins of your heart. That's your mind, the way you think. Ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire. So you understand? He said, lest his fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench it. Hear that? Circumcise yourselves to the Most High and take away the foreskins of your heart. Circumcise your mind. Start thinking right. Ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doings. You want to do it, you want to do whatever you want to do. What's that say? Look. Hebrews 10:31. Hebrews 10:31. Hebrews 10 and 31. It is a fearful thing. That fearful mean is very, 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 very dramatic and trying and making you afraid and scared. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Hebrews 12:29. For our power, the Most High power, is a consuming fire. Deuteronomy 4:24. The Most High is consuming fire. Deuteronomy 4:24. For the Most High, thy power, the Most High, your power, Yasharallah, Israelites, is a consuming fire. Even a jealous power. So I tell you, he's going to burn you up. That's why that jealousy go right with that fire. Understand this and overstand this, brothers. And people ain't knowing, you better recognize this is serious. Look at Ezekiel, the first chapter, 27th verse. And I saw as the, just Ezekiel 1 and 27. And I saw as the color of amber. Amber is a brownish color. And as the appearance of fire round about within it. From the appearance of his loins even upward. That's from his stomach all the way upward. And from the appearance of his loins even downward. From his appearance of his loins, from his stomach even downward. I saw it were the appearance of fire. And it had brightness round about. You hear that? From his loins upward, from his loins downward was the appearance of fire. And it had brightness round about. Look at for the book of Daniel. Uh, 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. I mean, powers and authority are going to be taken out of this earth that we in now. And the Ancient of Days did sit. Who the Ancient of Days? It's the Most High. Hold that. It's a scripture that proves that in the book of Job. 36:26, I believe. Ancient of Days did sit. Job 36:26. Behold, the Most High is great, and we know him not, neither can the number of his years be searched out. So ain't no numbers of years to the Most High. That's why they call him Ancient of Days. Daniel 7 and 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down. All powers from authority on the earth is going to be cast down, taken out of power. And the Ancient of Days, who is the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, did sit. Whose garment was white as snow. This is through theophany, when the Most High is giving us a vision of him. Remember, the Most High is invisible power. We already read that. Invisible power. So, let you know that he's giving you an idea if he did have a body as man, how it would look. Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So he got woolly hair, nappy hair, pure nappy hair. His throne was like the fiery flame. Hear this? His throne was like the fiery flame, because he's what? Fire from his waist up, and his loins up, and his loins down. So his throne is like the fiery flame. Remember, the Most High is consuming fire. And his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued from and came forth from before him. Fire, fire, fire. Thousand ministers of them. Thousand angels ministers before the Most High. And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set and the books were open. The books were open. When the books open, go to Revelation 20 and 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, just like we just read. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. The book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works, according to what we done in these mortal bodies, while we lived. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. See? According to what we done in these mortal bodies. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life. So what this is all about. That our names will be written in the book of life if your name not written in the book of life, was cast into the lake of fire. So you think it's not important? But understand it is important. So important that if your name not written in the book of life, you can be cast into the lake of fire. Like this, Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, all these ones that don't believe in the truth, and found the image of the beast. Beast is so-called white men. And their kingdoms, their systems, and so forth, was taken, and with him the false prophet was brought, which wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had to receive the mark of the beast. So the mark of the beast is coming. It's here. And them that worship his image. Them that worship his image. To the point where you are Edomanized. You a goat. You think like them. That's why I say, come out of her, my people. That you received out of her plagues. Because you thinking like them, you're going to fall by the sword. You join into them in the mind. Why he says circumcise your mind. It's all going together. I mean, no matter how you look at it, the Spirit is bringing it. He'd have told us certain things that still applies to what we got to deal with now. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. You've been lied to. And them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth. And all the fowls were filled with their flesh. You know you're killing them. And I tell you with verse 15 of Revelation 19, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. A sharp sword, that with the sharp sword, he shall smite or kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, the laws of the Most High. I don't think you're going to get out of it. You're going to rule them with the laws of the Most High as he come to judge and make war. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty, Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. End of story. So you're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong. You're either going to be righteous or you're going to be wicked and evil. So we got a choice to choose. So now let's have a good time and eat and enjoy the new moon feast. Hallelujah. If you'd like further information, you can reach me, Priest Star Wam, P.O. Box 20012, Long Beach, California, 90801-3012. And with that, I'm out. Shalom. Happy new moon. Feast.